Hello, hello. What's up, guys? I'm going to be doing a quick lesson for you on one of my favorite Bob Marley songs to play. It's one of those ones you can get away with playing on acoustic for sure. Um, so let's check it out. Just so you guys know, I keep my guitar tuned down a full step, so I have my capo on, so I'll be in standard. This is one of those songs I tend to play down a half step or a full step, make it a little easier to sing. But for the sake of the lesson, we'll do it in standard. So we've got our standard G here. So pretty easy song to learn the chords to. It takes a little practice to play it smoothly. But the main verse and chorus is the same chord progression. So once you have the verse down, you pretty much know the whole song. There's one other little part. So I'll run over the chord progression real quick and then I'll play through it. If you know your chords well, we're going to be starting with a G, down to a D, down to an E minor. Alright. Then the next part of the verse, we're going C, B minor 7, A minor 7. Alright, it looks like this. So that right there is like the main riff of the song. That's what you want to really get down. The way I play it is a little bit of a combination between strumming and picking, adding a couple little hammer-ons in there. Also, I find myself big time with this song using the technique of separating bass and high-end strums, like that idea. Bass, bass, high. I find that really useful for this song too. So yeah, try to spice things up instead of just always hitting every string. It's like you could add a little more to it. Give the bass a little love, give the high end a little love, add a little hammer on. I think those things can make really simple guitar playing cool to listen to. Cool to listen to. So let me run over the verse slowly as I'll try to say the chords as I go along. All right, so we got our G down to the D. Now for this D, I like to keep the F sharp in the bass. It's going to be one of those times that bass walk down is really nice. Now at the same time, I like to keep on the high end this melody, which is the G, D, and back to G. So when we go down to our E minor, I like to get my pinky up on that high G. So all of that is G, D with the F sharp in the bass, E minor with the high G. And then that hammer on, I really like hitting there. If you got your E minor set up, your middle finger, the note that's on, I think that hammer on just leads into the C so nice. So that's what I'm talking about with the combination of picking and strumming. Really builds like an up and down kind of feel. Really adds a lot to what's really a simple piece of guitar music. Alright, so we're down our E minor with the high G. We're hammering on to walk into our C. And then we got our B minor 7 to A minor 7. Now if you don't know those chords, you can look them up, or the 7s are not too tricky. If you know your standard B minor, it's a good chord to know. It's your standard B minor. To make it a 7, we take the middle note off. Music theory, all that good stuff. But you're going to take the note that your pinky is playing, you're going to take that off, and we're going to bar that chord. Now it's a B minor 7. Alright, we're going to move that same shape down from a B to an A, so all we do is just, boom, move it down. Now that same minor 7 chord, much easier to play here because the capo or the top of the guitar is doing the barring for us, so much easier to play in this form. This is really just like a C chord without that low C in the bass. Take that note off and make it an A. That bass note being A makes it A minor 7. Simple as that, not that crazy a chord. So you can check out a diagram if you need help figuring those out at all, but I'll try to keep moving. So let me run through the verse real quick. Full performance, let's go. Turn your lights down low. And open your window. Okay, so that one other little part we got to learn real quick. Same chords we were just going over: C, B minor 7, A minor 7. And what part is this going to be? It's the all that good stuff. Alright, there's a little funky thing that I like to do with that chord progression, where I'm sorry, there's not even an A minor 7. This part is just C to B minor 7. If you want to just get it over with, learn it so you can play it, you can just play C to B minor 7 twice. And I wanna give you some love. But to spice that chord progression up, I think it adds a lot if you play the regular shapes first, so C to B minor 7. Now for this C, let's get that melody moving up, and let's play a C up here. Okay, so that form of the C is, if you know the bar chord C, technically that bar chord includes the high E string being barred as well. That's very tough. People tend to not do that. I tend to not always do that either, so I just don't even play the bass note. Like I said, for the second time we run through this C to B minor 7, we're focusing on the high end, so just ditch the bass. Right? So we got our barred C with the high G. That's one form of a C. And then we're basically going to go down. I hate to like sound too complicated if you're not like following your chords, but to play the high end of a B minor 7, it's just a D. So just don't even bother making the whole chord. I mean, we're doing the high end of the C, high end of the B minor 7, which is a D. So I think that really adds a lot to spice up that part. Turn your lights down low. Don't you try to resist. Oh no. Won't you let my love come tumbling into our lives again. That's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully I was pretty straightforward about all that stuff. I know everybody's got their own understanding of chords, so it's you never know how to best explain it, but that's the way I see it. So you got your chord progression. Like I said, some key parts are getting that bass strum and the high end strum separate, so you're not just always, you know, give it a little flavor. Those are key parts. Get some nice hammer-ons in there. Just do your own thing with it, whatever you hear. But that's the basic chord progression and melody. One other thing to watch out for is that C to B minor 7 progression can definitely be a little weird. Kind of weird shapes to transition between, but you're going to be doing it a lot in this song, so it's great practice for transitioning out of your C chord into a bar chord. You'll definitely want to be able to find that smooth transition to play this song. But other than that, pretty simple song with some really cool techniques to practice, and just an awesome song to play. A lot of people know this one. Anytime I play it out, somebody's always stoked. So it's just one of those songs that's great to learn. Let me know if there's anything else I could help clear up or I wasn't clear about, and yeah, maybe I'll be back for some more lessons soon. Maybe some more Bob Marley, maybe some Jack Johnson. Any suggestions, let me know. Try to keep some lessons flowing here. So I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed.